Welcome to Disc Review. This is Max.
And I'm Matt.
On this show, we dive deep into the good and bad on a new album each week.
Join us as we go track by track through some hand-picked records.
This week's episode, we're going over Frontal Lobe Submission by Landon Tewers. And guys, Matt, I am so excited to talk about this one. I love this EP.
I didn't know what to expect going in, and it definitely defied my expectations. There's some interesting stuff here.
Yeah, I'm excited to gauge kind of how you felt about it. This EP holds a special place in my heart. Landon is one of my favorite singers of all time. I think that his work is great. It's unique and interesting. Every song on here is interesting to me, and I think that they do things that you don't hear very often.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of an outsider coming in on this record, and I guess, most of what I'll say, I'll go track by track. I've only listened to it once. I don't have enough of an opinion to say an overall right now. Let's just hop in straight track by track here and talk about Gospel Therapy.
All right, well, so Gospel Therapy is one of those songs where when it came out, it was a really impactful song for me. This whole EP came out just this year. It was Gospel Therapy was the first single that was released, and it came out on New Year's Eve at like midnight or 1 a.m. or something like that. And I don't know about other people, but for some reason I always find a way to be super lonely and sad on New Year's. And when this song dropped, I was like alone sitting in a gas station parking lot, and I just blasted it, and it was like straight serotonin to the brain. It's such a weird song. It's less than 2 minutes. It's really short, but it's like somehow funky and groovy, as well as heavy and thrashy and weird. So what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, this was actually, I would say, my favorite. I thought it was the most interesting and did something really, really unique. I've always kind of liked this just, chaotic energy style, and this one did it well. Like, it was produced super well, and it was pieced together in a way where it's like the screams worked, and so did the way, I'm trying to remember exactly the line. The way like he sings is interesting. The way he's screaming at one part in the verse, and he's like, I'm coming for the neck again. Then someone says, okay, tame down a bit, and the next line, it's the same melody, but he says it. He's more singing it like softly.
Yeah.
Like that. I like when it's kind of meta that way, and it's interesting. Like there's a lot to like on this song, and I kind of assumed this was going to be the style of the whole EP, and it's not. But yeah, that's why it's interesting that when you say this is the lead single, like the first single, this is the weirdest song on the EP. It's I just find that funny he's going to lead with this one when this is the most out of left field. But definitely, I really enjoyed this one.
I love this song, but to be honest, I don't even know why it's on this EP, because it sounds nothing like the other songs. It's so different.
Yeah, it's I mean, I like variety on records. It's not a complaint, but yeah, it's most people don't really do that. They gonna keep a theme, but this one just kind of hops off. I think the other ones are a little more similar, so this is the one that just sticks out, but in a good way.
Yeah, a couple other components I'll mention before we move on. You can kind of hear the click track in the background at a few moments, which I think is
that's funny.
It's funny because like he obviously puts a lot of time and effort into these songs, and they sound really clean and good. But also he allows himself to be loose and kind of put out raw products in a sense. Obviously they're fine-tuned, and there's only purposeful intent behind doing things like that. But it kind of makes me feel like artists are more human when they do that.
Yeah. Yeah, could we want to move on here to Kill Me?
Yeah. What do you think about that song?
This one's the most like what I kind of expected, knowing his background. I think this is still a strong song. I think of these songs, I like this one the most. It's got the chorus that like was the catchiest to me, and just some a interesting premise and good lyrics, and I think the feature, he sounds really good on it as well. I think it's just a really solid song, and I think this is the one I assumed he would lead with. This is just like the most, normal, right up the alley song for him.
Yeah, this is what was released after Gospel Therapy, and it's really, it's definitely the hit single off of this. I don't know how well all the other songs performed, but this song kind of blew up for him, and I can see why. It's very honest, but it's also it's catchy, and it's dark. So I think that while I originally still liked Gospel Therapy better, I think that Kill Me has some deeper layers to it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the first song's just kind of just throwing random lyrics and goofing around, and it doesn't need to be necessarily as deep as a song like this. So I think it's fine, and they're both doing what they're trying to do really well. And anyways, we're going to talk about the next song.
Yeah, so F Pacing is the most happy sounding out of all of them, and it does have some happy moments, and it also has some kind of sad moments where it dips down. It's kind of a song about finding a love that's actually really good for you and it's healthy, and you feel like this might actually be it, but you're not really used to that. You're only really used to relationships that are, maybe more toxic or not as forgiving, and you don't really feel like you deserve this kind of love.
Yeah, I mean, I love a groovy song like this. I like this style. And there's some good lyrics in here. I love the song about, if you want, I can change all my brain chemistry. I think that's a very clever line. And yeah, I mean, this one's just nice to listen to, and yeah, you're right, it does have a good little story behind it.
What do you think about Gabby Hanna being featured on this song?
I saw that and I was like, is that actually her?
It is, yeah.
I mean, I don't know that much about her, but
I don't either, really.
It doesn't bother me. I mean, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, he's apparently her music producer, and so
okay.
I guess they became friends through that, and he had her join this song. I think she sounds good. I don't have any.
I didn't notice anything wrong with the performance. So
no, I thought she did great.
Really have, yeah. But that is funny.
Yeah, came out of left field for sure.
Yeah.
But let's move on to Gave My All.
Yeah, let me. What are your opinions here?
Well, so I really like all of these songs. I don't think that any of them are weak in a sense, but I do think that Gave My All is my least favorite out of all of these. There's only 6 songs. It's a less than 20-minute EP, and so there's not a lot of room for weak songs, and I don't think that there is any, but I think that Gave My All is just slightly less interesting to me. It kind of feels like another Kill Me. But what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's a little weaker than Kill Me, but I think it's really catchy. I like the melodies here, and that's what is the saving grace for me. Although, yes, I agree. I think this one has a little less interesting production and a little less, interesting style than what he's already exhibited. And that one, I think that's why this one kind of, feels like it's dropping off a little. But I still think it's redeemed by that. I do like the melodies in the chorus. So that's mainly my takeaway was that.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that he can write a song like this that's mostly acoustic. It's not really that fast-paced or it's really a light-sounding song instrumental-wise, but he does, singing, some screaming at the end. He screams the chorus,
Yeah.
And it all still feels pretty low key, and I like that.
Yeah. Just Talking. What are your opinions?
Just Talkin' is another one of my favorites. It's less structured, I think. It's not as formulaic as Gave My All or F Pacing or Kill Me. It's definitely, it is what it says it is. It's kind of just talking. Just talking about his life, kind of where he's at, his relationship, his career. And so topic-wise, it's a little all over the place, but I think that the lyrics are still strong.
Yeah, there were a couple of lines I liked in here. I think that on first listen, I feel like this one is one that could probably grow on you if you really connect with the message. On first listen, I thought this was the least interesting on the album. It's because it's basically really similar throughout, because it is just kind of, him rambling. So it's not supposed to feel as structured, but on first listen, it's not as interesting to me as some of these other ones. But I could see how this could grow on you if you're a big fan. These kind of songs work a lot for fans. They like this,
yeah.
so
It's definitely it's not as appealing for first listen, I think, because most of the song barely has instrumental in it. It's kind of just like ambient noise until you get kind of towards the end where some drums kick in and it gets a little bit more structured. I really love how it ends. It ends with first of all, the last lines of the song are "When I'm gone, don't lose sleep," which is the chorus of the next song. I love when people tie their songs together like that. But another interesting thing about the ending is you hear an exchange between him and his wife, and I think that it's really wholesome and really funny. You can tell that he kind of just sat her down at his recording desk and was like, all right, just speak into the mic. And she was like, I don't really know what you want me to do. And he was like, well, just do whatever. And she's like, no, I don't want to. And it's kind of silly. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I did like that little outro. That was interesting. I agree.
All right, so let's move on and talk about the last track on this little EP, When I'm Gone.
Yeah, it's the acoustic song. What do you think?
I love this song with all my heart. It is the emotional powerhouse. I think that it takes all the themes of the album and really drives them home and gives them a good finisher. It's really sad, but the tune is hopeful. I love that the melody is hopeful. The song kind of talks about substance abuse problems and some friends that he's had in the past who have overdosed, and he's lost them, and how he kind of feels survivor's guilt. He feels like I did just as many drugs as they did, and somehow I made it out, and it doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, I really like the lyrics, and listening to it, I liked how he kind of put on a different voice and performance for this one. And it kind of tells that he can do multiple things here on this EP, and I do agree that I love it when they do that, when it's more of a optimistic instrumental but with some classic emo lyrics, which is you can get some of that on the EP. But I agree, it's a good closer.
Yeah, this one and Kill Me kind of have the same vibe of they are talking about these substance problems almost in a way like you feel like at this point there's no way out, and it's kind of just going to be the end of you eventually, which is really sad, but also really beautiful when you double it with those hopeful sounding instrumentals. So I really like this song. It's kind of when I am driving alone and I listen to this song, it really makes me stop and think about my life, and that's exactly what I want music to do.
Yeah, I like the personal story behind it. I think that is powerful. Any closing thoughts here?
I think that as much as I love this, like I love this to the tune of a 10. I would want to say that like this is a 10 out of 10, but at the same time I can see how it's not perfect. I think that well, first of all, I think it could be longer. I wish it was longer. But you know, that's an artistic choice that was made, and it's valid. I think that for me, this is a pretty solid 9 out of 10. I love the feeling that this EP gives me.
Yeah, I think it's a solid record. I think the production is stellar. I didn't connect with all of the melodies, but some of them I really did, and I think it was a solid listen. I think only having one listen, you know, kind of just stepping into this EP, I don't even know where to put it, because I feel like I haven't really given it full justice. I'll throw a 7 on here right now, but I feel like listen to Max's review, because he's the one who's got this personal connection to this one. And
I'm also super biased too, because I just love this guy. I love all the work he does, but yeah,
it's just gonna happen. But I did appreciate what it was doing here.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for everyone who listened to this short little review that we did here. We typically do longer albums, full lengths, but we decided to do something a little shorter this time, just to see how you guys like it. So leave a comment and let us know. And please subscribe. We're a small channel, but we really want to grow, and we really want to connect with you and with other creators.
I agree. Thanks, guys.
All right. See ya.